Okay, good evening, all of you. And let me, we are going to have little, that means less time session today, or maybe half an hour, 40-minute maximum. Okay, so just let's start quickly. And in last session, what we have gone through, just we have seen the basic concept on backup and recovery. Not recovery, just the backup. So let me recap in a minute. So the first we started with what? What are the type of backup we have? Okay, I said hot backup, cold backup. We have gone through what exactly cold backup, how to perform cold backup, what are the things we need to do, what is the advantage of cold backup, and what is the disadvantage of cold backup. Same point of time we have gone through the hot backup. What is the advantage and disadvantage? So as a whole takeaway, the reason we should know in which situation, which backup we are going to perform in the real life scenarios. Okay, same for the work. That means exactly situations when we are going to have which type of backup. So far we have just discussed two. Now we are going to discuss detail about the logical backup. So why logical backup, that we have also gone through. Again, the basic one. So what we will do today, before going to go for logical backup, we are going to discuss something about the physical backup only, but with the help of tool. And what tool we have gone through the keyword is RMAN. So the full form for RMAN is the recovery manager. Okay, so ultimately this tool will help us to speed up the process for backup. Number one, just like we were doing what? Copy, CP, source destination, and we used to wait for longer time. But in RMAN, what will happen? It is having this particular RMAN tool have the facility, the feature. You can just speed up the process, maybe 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, depending on the hardware or the processor, what you have on the server. Okay, so that is the main thing. So how to start basically? So I'll just give 5-minute overview, the steps, what we are going to do. What are the prerequisites for using RMAN, and how to perform the start, the steps, which all are the areas we need to take care before going to just work on that RMAN backup. Okay, so one of the main concern or main thing is we have to have the space for taking this RMAN backup. Same for the cold backup also. Here also one of the main criteria you are going to have is to have the space on the drive. Now, which drive? So that which drive I'm referring to here, which mount point. So in next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you the real way you all are going to see, or you are going to think as if you came across that situation. So what situation we are talking about? Situation is you got one request from your manager or client or your lead saying that, okay, here is the here is the database. You figure it out that how much space you need, number one. Number two, you have to tell me that how many number of backup you can keep. Okay, how many number of backup? That means you can take backup, suppose yesterday. You already taken backup today. You are going to take backup tomorrow. So are you going to have all these 3 backup with you, or maybe 1 backup, or maybe 4 or 5 or 6? So just a second. Okay. So that thing we have to keeping in mind. So these questions we have to ask. Not only, okay, we are just typing this command, you have to type it. For typing, you will able to Google and you will able to perform with your own. So we have to think through it. Why? Again, I'm just keep iterating the same statement, why part. If why part is clear, if you will start thinking in this direction, ultimately, command or syntax is, you'll be getting everywhere. But this particular stuff, that means how many number of backup I will take. I keep taking the backup, right? It is going to take space. It's a huge storage. How many number of days backup I'll keep with me? Say, for example, one database size is suppose 1 terabyte. Just think through it. One database size is 1 terabyte. If you take the full backup, another 1 terabyte will take. So question is here what I'm trying to implement or just seed you in your brain or your mind, saying that if somebody will ask that 1 terabyte backup, 1 terabyte database size, how much size it needs to take backup of that database? Answer is 1 terabyte, the extra 1 terabyte, bare minimum. Okay, and we are always keeping buffer of 20%. That is the rule. It's undocumented rule throughout the industry. It's not given by me, you, or some X company. It's a standard rule. Now, if you want to keep it 3 days ka backup, definitely 3 more time. That means total 3 extra terabyte of space you need. Now, who will decide you are going to keep 3 days backup or 6 days backup or 10 days backup or 1 year backup? Like that. That basically it's going to be decided by management saying how important the database is. That is the main question. How important? Different government rule, different legality, definitely resource is one of the concerns. So there are n number of reason or n number of parameters impacting or just giving the decision whether we will go for 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day backup to keep. So that we are saying it's a retention policy on backup. So how to do this thing? So these questions we need to just think through. Okay, now coming to a technical part. Okay, so what technical part is, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and I'll just show you first. Give me. Let me open that. Okay, I got it. Sharing it. Share video. And hope you are going to receive just now. The topic what we are going to discuss, RMN under physical backup. Okay, so topic, let me just write down. So it's RMN only coming under physical backup. And the full form is recovery manager. Okay, let me write down. What is this? It's a utility. This will help us to take fast backup with n number of feature, n number of facility. Okay, so what all those facilities are, I'm going to give you the basic idea today. Okay, we are not going to be mastering this, but yes, if somebody will ask us what exactly RMN is, what to do with RMN, that thing is going to be crystal clear to all of us. Okay, now what is the first step we are going to do? The very first step is step 2. Perform RMN backup. That is the question. So steps to perform. What are the steps? Very first thing, and this is totally new for you guys. Okay, very first, set database is in archive mode. We don't know right now. Maybe we have heard this keyword in past, but focused way, we never discussed archive mode. And this is one of the very key factor, key part for RMAN, Recovery Manager. So set the database in archive mode. That means we have to make this database in archive mode. What is archive mode? I'll come to that. What next? You have to check the space. Or you can say create backup location. To be more specific, backup drive. Okay. As per company standard, backup drive, that means separate mount point will be there for taking backup. Separate mount point will be there for data files. Separate mount point will be there for keeping software. If you see in our case, what we have used, we have kept everything under U01. That is not the standard practice. We don't have, as per the standard, what we got in Google Drive. We didn't just make different segment. But ultimately, just like in Windows, all the system software we are using standard way, we used to keep in C drive, right? Whatever we are using application related software, we used to prefer in D or different drive. Why? There is a risk factor is available. So here also, in case if we will keep everything in same place, if that drive got corrupted due to whatever reason, everything is gone. Same concept here. That if you will keep separate, that means if one particular mount point will corrupt due to whatever reason, the rest will not be affected, and it's very less time will take to recover it. Okay, so backup drive or backup location will be different than your data file. That is the standard. For us, at least, we will create one folder for taking all our RMAN backup. Okay, so that's what we have to check. Space should be there. We have to create backup location. We have to create folder. Okay, so this is step number 2. The third one, configure RMAN parameter. So this is again new. Config RMAN parameter. What is the context of this configuration RMAN parameter? This parameter will control the backup speed. This particular parameter will help us to configure the retention policy. I said 3-day backup we will be taking, or 4-day or 5-day or 10-day. How to configure or how to just, it's not that whatever we are doing manually. So 3 days or 4 days, if you are giving 2-day, so only 2 days backup will be there in any point of time. 3rd day, what will happen? Latest 2 backup file will be there. The last, that means the 3rd one got deleted. What will happen next day? Same thing will happen. So how to configure this particular part? Okay, so just for FYI, there is a RMAN parameter that we can just do some tweak. By doing that, this can be configured. Again, it's very easy. It's not that understanding whatever we are discussing, that is to start with, we fail to understand. That thing we have to just keep in mind. Okay, so what next? So we have to have the idea about the configuration, how it looks like, how to check the configuration part. And then if everything looks okay, then the last one is what we have to know, take backup. Now here we are having different type of backup. as I mentioned in last session, something called full backup. This is a term, okay? Something called incremental backup. Something called cumulative backup. So we don't know what is cumulative backup and all those things, but just you guys just keep these keyword in mind. So you guys will not be getting surprised if somebody will ask us, okay, incremental backup, what it is. These all are coming under this RMN. What else? You already took backup. Just like yesterday I asked, saying that last to last session, okay, you gave the security permission that table XYZ table will be accessed by Dave or some other user. How to check whether they have only select access or they have select, insert, update, delete, all access. How to check? That part normally we're not aware how to check. So we have gone through some view, db_tab_privs, and through that, if you don't know, you can just revisit the last session, recording maybe 9 or 10. You'll be getting it. Same here. You took backup, and suppose your friend was working in backup part, and for last 3 days he was working on the backup part, and he replied mail saying that yes, backup whatever setup or configuration, it's already done. And your boss today asking, you are on the responsible position, and your boss is asking, can you please check for how long backup we have right now? What you will see, where you will go and check. So we have one option to check the status of backup, whether you took it for 2-day retention, 3-day, 4-day, what is present. Another way the question can be asked, when the last backup takes place, can you please help me to understand? When was the last somebody have taken backup for XYZ database? What you will do on that time? So the fifth, check the backup. Why I'm checking? Just I think you all are getting idea why. Time to time we have to do it. Okay. So these are the basic things we need to understand. And if this thing is clear, that is okay, we have to set some mode. Why? Definitely some reason is there. If you not set this archive mode, RMN backup will not work. That's what we are saying. It's a prerequisite. Unless you will not set it, the thing will not work. RMN backup will not take place. That is the thing. Now, what exactly this archive mode means? So first, let me show you the technical part. If somebody will ask us, can you please check whether your database is there in archive mode or not? I'm repeating the question. Can you please check your database is there in archive log mode or not? If not, how to make your database in archive log mode? Why we need to take this in archive log mode? If we will not do it, RMN backup will not take place. It will not, means backup through RMN will not possible. Now, why it is not possible, that I'll come to that, but this is the part. For now, our main goal is to check the status of the database, whether it is in archive mode or not. Let me share the so one by one. I'm going to just show you guys. So let me share. Let me log into the database and I'm sharing my and hope you all are getting my screen. Okay. Now, the first step we all are very much familiar with. Okay, so Aura ENV is there. SHA will be there. Let me check. One is there. Database is up and running. Now I'm going into SSS DBA. Okay. Now in this show parameter, very first thing I'm going to show you, and here, or before, let me just show you the very basic one first. Question was, our database is there in archive log mode or not? Yes or no? So the command to check is archive log list. This is the command, and you will able to see here. See, it's already in archive mode. It's already in archive mode. Now, where archive mode means what? See, if you guys remember, there is a redo log buffer cache, then redo log file, and that redo log file, it will transfer before overwriting the file within. It used to transfer into some other file. So that is basically archive log. So I'll come to that part. What exactly this, how this thing will work, I'll show you in detail. But this is crystal clear right now. Its database is there in already. It's a archive log mode. But what if database is not there in archive log mode? What we will do? So what I'm doing, this is very important. Okay. So I'm making this database is in no archive mode, and I'll make it again archive log. Okay, so you will be able to learn if database is there in archive log, how to make it no archive log, and vice versa. Okay, so slowly you will understand in next chapters, next sessions, that how this is important. It's a very, very important part. So the first criteria for taking this into no archive log, database should be there in some mode. Which mode? If you remember, we have gone through 3 phases of database. First is no mount, then open. And that is the reason, this is one of the main reasons I have discussed this thing, and I have shown you how to make it database in no archive mode. Startup, no mount, if you remember. If not, you can just revisit 3rd or 4th session of DBA. Then mount mode, then open mode. Alter database mount or alter database open. So the same thing, the condition is to make the change archive to no archive to archive, we have to open our database in which mode? Mount mode. How to do? I'm showing you again one more time. So I'm just now to do that, you have to shut down your database. Sir, is it any way we can change this mode without shutting down database? No, never. That just keep you all in mind. Okay, so we have to shut down the database. This is one of the it seems some problem is there with this. Somebody, okay, let me try, because it seems database is maybe while doing practice by somebody, it got it will come now, it will make corrupted. It's depend. Yeah. So few of you might be while doing something, it got So let me check whether I took some backup yesterday. It is there or not. If it is there, I can restore it. Otherwise, it's gone. I have to just rebuild the entire database. So that we will learn. But this is, in the real life scenario, this is dangerous. Okay, so this cannot be done. So let me try. I'll take 5 minutes only. If you'll recover well and good. Otherwise, I'll just show you guys the latest one, and later on it will. I'll fix it. It is going to take longer time. Okay. So let me check. The backup location was. I think I have cleaned up the backup. What I remember old. Yeah. So no backup is there. So databases. Let me check. Anybody have taken backup somewhere else? APP. First. I don't think it is there, but still I'm checking in case. 06 underscore no. Just a second. So let me see if this is not known to you guys. Okay, just I'm trying if I can recover it. No, it's gone. I need to fix it. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just starting my local system. Okay, and I'm going to show you all. So give me a minute. Okay. So I'll start and then I'll let you explain what has happened. And so you have to keep in mind for practice purpose, it's okay, go on, it's okay. But in real life scenario, this is going to be the end for your at least maybe project, that project. Okay. So I'm just starting the system. So I'm again just sharing. Just starting. Okay. So I'm just on mute and off videos for a few seconds. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So let it start. Hope you all are getting my screen. Okay. So as I mentioned, this is my local machine. The command and everything is same. Only the screen you all are getting white. Otherwise, there is no as such difference. The physical difference is that earlier was on cloud, Google Cloud. Right now, I'm using my local machine. Rest, no difference as such you'll be getting while working. So suppose so far you were working on some other server. Right now, you got new server. What is the database name? You don't know. So how to get it? We all know. Same command I'm giving. See, etc or attack. And see here, two databases there. And here, see the version. One is 12, one is 11. Anyone you can open. There is no difference between 11 and 12 for now to us. So let me try this one only. First one. So far, what you guys have used, that was 12. So there is no difference for us for now. Difference is there in the advanced part. See, idle instance. That means database is not up and running. Okay. So how to check in the command OS command base? PS-EF. See, I gave exclamation. Okay. PS-EF grep. See, SHA is running. ORCL is not. Now, suppose you want to say, no, sir, I want to go to 12 version only. What I'll do? Exit. I'll set the environment for what? SHA. Because one database is there, what? SHA. Now, the moment you log into this, what will happen? See, idle instance, earlier idle instance means we need to start up. Here, you will be getting connected. It's already started. So that is the difference. Slowly, this is not first time we are looking into. We have gone through, but just to give you the crystal clear, so you will not be surprised on some other moment. Okay, this how this idle instance is coming. It indicates your database is down. If it is directly coming, your database is up. That's it. Simple. Coming back to same command. What? So that means the archive log list we want to check, right? Whether our database, this database is there in the archive log or no archive log. This is the command. Again, this is most frequent asked question in the interview for 0 to 2 years of experience. Guys, okay. See, here you got what? No archive mode. So you need to make it what? In archive mode. What was the step? First step is to shut down database. Then you have to open the database in mount mode and give one command. That command will convert this no archive to archive and then open the database. So the same step I'm going to follow now. So first step is done. I have checked database is no archive. Then the next step, I have shut down the database. Next, I have to start in mount mode. How to start the mount mode? Database in mount mode. Startup. Mount. And after that, what command? Even command I don't remember. Let me try. It may be in my finger. Otherwise, I'll simply Google it. Okay. So, what command? Alter database archive log alter this is the command. Okay, alter database archive log. Done. What next? Open the database. How to open the database? Alter database open. Again, this is not the first time. Maybe this you guys may forget it already, but this is the command we have used in past. Now again, I'm repeating this statement, saying why we are doing it. You want to take RMN backup. If you not do, RMN will not work. Simple. Why it is important, that I'm about to discuss this thing. Okay, so slowly, because these are very, 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 very important. All are important. See, we are slowly, small thing. You guys have came to know so many things. If you will think at one go, might be a little confusing. But if you go session wise, this thing is very easy for you all. Okay. Now, same thing, archive. You need to check. How to check archive log list? See, archive log list. Now, earlier it was there what? See, no archive. Archive log. Okay, now I'm going to just show you guys the RMN prompt how to go. Just like SQL prompt we have learned how to go. We have learned in past LSNR listener control. That means that prompt we have gone through. Same way, how to go to RMN prompt. Purpose, just backup, okay? Exit it. And this is the command, okay? RMN. Small, very case sensitive, this one, okay? It is not going to work in the cap or something. RMN, target, / hit enter. See, it RMN prompt. How to take backup? You're surprised to know. You want to take full backup. And you're surprised to know, so critical, so tough. And it will take how long, you know, means just to start the backup. Just see what I'm doing. That's it. It is happening in the background. See, everything is getting done. Whatever the file it is taking backup, it's showing. See, all this file. No need to know where the file, where it will take, nothing for now at least. It may take a minute or 1 hour or 10 hours, depending on the size of the database. For us, maybe a minute or 2, that's it, maximum. Again, totally depend on the hardware configuration, speed, on all these things. So here it is going to take around 2 minutes approx. And where it is keeping the backup, see the now see the error carefully. An IO error. Ultimately, it is taking the backup in this location. And if you guys remember, very first point what I made, the first thing to check the space. Guideline wise, if you remember, the first step is to check the space. And if you go and check the space, I'm exiting here. CD, I'm going to that folder. This location, okay? And df -h. See, what is the use? What is the percentage used? 100% used, where it will take backup. So you have to mention some specific location where we have space. Otherwise, it is going to be a problem. So it's not that only command. Command is very easy, and if space is there, it could have been just finished by this time. Now, in this, so many files are there. Which one is needed? See, this file, it got created. No space. You need to clean up the space, or you need to add the disk. You are not responsible for adding disk. You have to inform system admin team, please do something. We are very low with the space. If they will ready to help you, well and good. Otherwise, you have to sit idle. You have to just escalate to your boss or tell. But normally, these are the things. Before taking this action, you have to inform. Okay, so with this, I'm just stopping it here only. Hope at least one thing we have learned, how to make our database from no archive to archive and vice versa. We have learned how to go inside database through RMAN or for RMAN use. Okay, and real example, we have faced that if space is not there, the thing will not work. Okay, so what we will do, hope I'll able to fix this particular system. What is already got somehow damaged, and we will have same thing, little bit detailed discussion. RMAN, but yes, little bit more advanced if the database, because one database is having spaces. So again, it will take some time to just figure it out here and there. I don't want to waste that time here. And the other one, you got corrupted, maybe by just doing some change, it got corrupted. So that's it for now from my side, and we'll be just meeting in 2 minutes in the Zoom call for any doubt. Okay. So far, my to everyone. See you tomorrow.